So that's what's making it blue. Oops, that's not where I meant to go. Where am I? Where am I, everybody? William Morgan, the green comet, took one look at humanity and isn't coming back. MMTLP'd my shorts. Hey, Houston, what did the pegmatite say to the basalt? Pardon my intrusion. We are in the Jason Blackwell geology jokes now. Thoughts on fluorescent minerals, rocks? How wide do they form? Are there rare types? I mean, there are several. So like diamonds fluoresce under UV light and under X-ray. Not all the time under UV light, but quite often under UV light. So one of the things, we go out in the Rockies, we're looking for diamonds. We might take a hike at night with UV lights and just flash them on the ground and see what we find. There's that one cool rock in Lake Superior. It's only discovered maybe 10 years ago. Fluorescent rocks. What are these things called? Uperlite up in the upper peninsula. Upper Peninsula. Turn you off. Double click you. Turn you on there. Down Uperite. So you can go along the beaches in the Upper Peninsula, and you can look for these things with black lights, and they do these crazy little glowing bits. They're pretty nifty, right? Pretty cool looking rock. So when were these found? These were found pretty recently. Someone was out there with a black light like 10 years ago, and 2017. So not even that. So just 5 years ago, Uperites were discovered. It's a cyanite rock, similar to granite. It looks like any other stone, typically gray rock, but it fluoresces. Fluorescent sodalite. Okay. So, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. There's one. Like, imagine walking along a beach, shining a light, just see, all of a sudden it's nifty. It's neat. That's pretty cool. But there are a few different ones out there that will fluoresce. Diamonds are probably the most popular one. Let's see if we can get a list. The most common fluorescent minerals include calcite, fluorite, and sodalite. Okay, so sodalite is the ones in those rocks. Many gemstones such as diamond, ruby, emerald, amber, and opal will also fluoresce when exposed to UV light. I've never seen opal fluoresce. My UV lights might be in the truck. I'll get a UV light and I'll see if I got anything that might fluoresce in my possession. I gave away most of my cool rocks though. I'll find something. We'll play with that at some point. Why they form? Well, I'm not sure. Calcite forms with lots of calcium and sodium and carbon. Fluorite is, well, fluoride and fluorine make that. Sodalite is carbon and let's make sodalite. Sodalite. I can't remember. Go back to my sodalite is all right. Calcium, oxygen, silica, aluminum. All right. No carbon in there? Weird. I totally misremembered my rocks. Okay. How do you form? Relatively hard yet feldsparred. Blue color, so let me bright yellow, green. Acamanite, occurrence. Census history. No. Really contains pyrite. Cracks a lot. Well, there you go. Not telling me how it Forms in the earth, though. I'll have to look that up. But most of them are crystals that do it. So it's the crystal content in the rocks that will make it fluoresce. So if you got fluorine, fluoride, um, sodalite, you have crystals of corundum, like rubies, sapphires. You can get that. One of the ways you can check a real diamond versus a synthetic diamond is with X-ray. So for some reason, we don't quite know the properties why, a real diamond fluoresces under X-ray, but a lab-created diamond does not. And the minute someone creates a lab-created diamond that does fluoresce under X-ray, my guess is that they'll never tell anybody, and they'll sell them as natural diamonds, and they'll corner the market. BW brand, Houston. Why are all the rocks I've ever seen come out of a volcano look like black, crunchy, burnt garbage, and all the stuff in the ground looks so pretty? Because there's three ways volcanoes make rocks, really. You got the stuff that goes and splatters outwards. It's cinder and ash, crunchy, brittle, whatever. You have flows, and those flows break into the kind of two kinds, where you've got which are broken, crumbly, hot rocks that kind of get pushed like a bulldozer, and pahoehoe, which is the soupy, fluid, less viscous material. That stuff solidifies pretty solid, but both and pahoehoe have a lot of nucleation of gases inside that happens. So you get these like little pukas, these little holes that form, so they're not as strong. The third way that volcanoes make rock is plutons. So magma comes up. Not all the magma erupts, but a lot of that magma is still trapped inside chambers down below and solidifies. And that rock is really, really dense. The gases don't come out of it, so there's no little holes in it. It's really strong. So things like granite. Granite is that type of rock. So if you go look at Yosemite and you see like the big giant granite rocks, that's a big giant batholith of magma that came up from deep inside the earth. It never got to erupt. It just kind of froze in place over millions of years. And then uplift happened, and continents smashed into each other, and that rock got pushed upwards, and a whole bunch of the material on top got worn down and then exposed all of that granite. So there's a few ways that those volcanoes make rocks. So the stuff that gets spit out at the cinder cone, that stuff is crumbly little garbage. That's stuff you put in your garden or whatever. And then the lava rock that's from a flow is annoying and in the way. But the really pretty, really hard rock that can be used for lots of stuff is the stuff that freezes in the ground over a period of thousands or millions of years.